Hello everybody and welcome in another video. Oh, as you can see, finally for the first time in this new garage on a lift I have my G30. And in this video we have to find out what's wrong with my G30 after my 7,500 kilometers long trip across the Europe. Went to Austria, drove in Alps, made a video there so you can check out more about my car. And also went to Italy, through whole Italy, to the South Italy and so on. And I know I have some damage on the car. Let's get it up on the lift and start going through what's wrong with the car. Okay, so we can start with simpler things. First, I know I need to do maintenance on the car. We need to change oil and filters. And well, it's not really interesting for me. For that, I will take the car to dealers to do maintenance and filters and so on. So all that's covered. Also, there might, based on the maintenance periods and so on, they might know other things that they need to do on a car on the maintenance level. Next thing that I do know is wrong with the car. In Austria, I had a small accident. The Austrian car, I guess, by mistake put in reverse and reversed into me, and they have a tow hitch, so the bumper is messed up. It's not too bad. Car will drive further and there are no error lights and the parking sensors seem to work, so probably will be fine. The damage itself on the bumper is not that bad. Actually, it is right on the sensor, so it's weird that it's actually still working. But the biggest issue is that it is all out of place. And so the bumper is not holding it in place. That will be done by insurance, so I don't want to mess with all that. I don't know what's going on under there. And as I have the insurance and the accident was not my fault, then there's really no point of me doing this fix on the car. We actually do also need to change brakes. The tricky part is that actually these brakes are not gone yet. There's quite a lot of life left in them, but they are squeaking. And I'm not a fan of not drilled brake discs. I really like a little bit more aggressive look of drilled brake discs. And also, of course, it means I can make a video about changing brakes on this car as well. Okay, let's check under the car. So, first thing, I know that I did scratch and mess up my lip. So yes, there it is. This whole thing is scratched. But this is not a carbon lip, that's plastic lip. It's fake carbon. Just use this same lip and hopefully it will be fine. Yeah, this plastic is way off. Seems like this has broke, so I'll put on a bigger washer there so this holds a little bit better. While we are here, we can check how my exhaust welds are doing. They are not that good, but they are definitely also not leaking, so I think the exhaust is fine. Oh yeah, this is Remus Catback exhaust, and you can check out video on how I changed that, which actually was my first proper YouTube car video, I guess. Actually, I think the under the car looks relatively good. Let's find brakes, order them, and I'll be back here in probably a few days to change those things. Okay, looks good. Let's do it. A few days later and I have the brakes. To be honest, I didn't know which brand to pick or anything like that. I'm not much of a researcher guy, if you haven't been able to spot that yet. But this is what I went with. Zimmermann discs, front and rear, and male brake pads. Brake pad sensors, and we have a few cans of brake cleaner, because you can never have too much brake cleaner in garage and you will need that with the discs. So let's try to open it up, see what's inside. So these are pads. From the size, I'm assuming these are front ones. Well, they look like this. I don't know much about them. Decent pads, should be fine. Let's check discs. This is probably front. Oh, damn it, it's heavy. It has fake drilled holes. Oh, that's new for me. They're not actually holes all the way through. Huh. So this whole set cost me about 740 euros, which is probably the most expensive brakes that I've bought as parts myself, but again, the car is not the cheapest one. I have not done a ton of research on how to change these brakes. In theory, it should be relatively same as any other disc brakes, with exception of the rear, because the car has electronic handbrake and thus it needs to be put in service mode or released to put on new discs and pads and to get it actually off. I can already start working in the front, so let's do that. One more thing you need to do, you need to open the brake fluid reservoir so that you can actually push in the pistons. So just remove the cap and place a semi-clean cloth or something over it, so that in case if it starts to spill over a little bit or there's some bubble or something, it doesn't leak all over the car, because brake fluid is not really good on car paint. Alright, and now to disassemble this all, to take out the pads, the construction here is really simple. They have a pins that go through. They're held in place by this metal spring thingy. So first we need to push out the pins, and then the caliper should come right out together with the spring thing. Yep, out it comes. Looks like this. That should be fine. You do not need to apply any kind of paste or anything there. Just slap on the new disc. Let's clean it up with the brake cleaner. Get any kind of greases and oils off. Don't use too much brake cleaner or you will start seeing dragons. Ready to go. If this is correct side, let's check. Right. Oh, this is left side. Really? Okay. If they say so, let's open up the other one. Okay, package said this is the left side. So this is the left side. Let's install it. Let's get it on. Okay, the internet says that those big caliper bolts need to be torqued with 110 Newton meters, which is roughly around the same that you torque the wheel bolts themselves. So, as I don't have a torque wrench, I'll just use this, same as I would on wheel bolts. Okay, now we need to push in those pistons. So, what I will do is I will put in both old brake pads without that spring. They go in quite easy, you don't need to use too much force there. Oh yeah, it's fine, they're all in. Okie dokie. Let's now put in the new pads. Seems to be in. Be on the safe side, you can use a little bit of brake clean to get off any kind of residue from your gloves and so on. And that is how you change front brake pads and discs on BMW G30 on M brakes. One interesting thing that you might want to consider when changing the brakes, when I actually started to look in real OEM on the part codes, there is retrofit part code for actual M brakes if you want to install actual M brakes, and they are bigger. So be careful which ones you order. I just went to my car and approximately measured because they are bigger, about 2 centimeters, so you don't need the exact measurement to see which ones you have so that you order the right part. And of course, when you order it, usually all the part catalogs and so on show what size brakes you are ordering. Okay, now I can move to the other side. Okay, now to do the rear brakes, as previously mentioned, we first need to release, well, not release the handbrake, but we need to put the rear caliper electronic handbrake in service mode so that I believe it's to be able to push in the caliper pistons, something like that. Yeah, I have this think diag, I guess it's called. We'll try to connect and use that function on the car. Okay, so we are in the car. Let's try use commonly used special functions. Perfect. Brake pad change, workshop mode, electromechanical parking brake. That should be what we need. Okay, no idea. Let's continue. So we will activate service position. Yeah, nothing seems to be happening. Okay, I'll try to turn off screen recording just so maybe that messes it all up. But this should be the place, and that generally should be how you do it. So you activate the service position or ask a friend with computer to do it, and then you can change the rear brakes. Okay, the handbrake is in service mode, so we should be able to change the rear brakes as you would on any other car. We need to take off the caliper bracket, and then the disc. Should be straightforward, nothing really special about it here. Let's try it. Beautiful. Still is a little bit weird that they are drill holes but not drilled, but I guess it's the same idea as you would have the grooves that are also not going through. These holes still probably remove the brake dust, so thus increasing the performance. The dust has some place to go. So in theory, I think these definitely are still an improvement. Yeah, it's really easy. It's just in. So the pads, they are actually different. You see the pins are in different locations, and I believe it's due to them being pressed on by different locations. So the one with the pinny thing is more separated is to the piston side, and this is the other side. Because the caliper has these two parts that hold the pad, so these are now here and not pushing on those pins, but on the other side it's complete opposite. It's pushed by the piston, so they need to be in separate places. The torque spec for these bolts is 35 Newton meters. Yet again, I still don't have torque wrench for me, so just do it by hand, but 35 is not a lot, so don't overdo it. That's definitely 35, and that's also fine. And that's it. That's the rear brakes done. Let's do the other side. Other side we also have the sensor, but sensor is easy and fine, so a time lapse there.
If you're lost and you're feeling low, all stressed out with no place to go, You need something to ease your troubled mind. Social media and sleepless nights, final call for the deadline flight. All you want is to leave it all behind.
So before fully checking your brake level, make sure that you go into the car and press the brake. The calipers still are pressed in, so it will on the first press fall into the ground and then get hard with other presses. Sometimes you might have an issue after changing brakes that the fluid is, well, over maximum level and you don't have any syringe or anything to actually get it out. So what I do here, I just take from any kind of bottle, the sprayer thing, any kind of actual bottle, and works like a charm. Might take some time, but works perfectly. So you can get the brake cleaner level lower. Yeah, that should do it. Perfect. Now, only last one thing remaining to do is to disable electronic parking brake service mode. Commonly used functions: brake pad change, workshop mode, deactivate service position. We have used the deactivate service position function. And to continue, we can hear the car readjusting it. Carry out functional check. Yeah, all good. So it has been deactivated. All right, with that done, brakes are changed. Everything should be fine. We'll see how the brakes work in action, but there's no reason for them to work any differently. For the tires, I have not yet fully decided if I will actually put winter tires on these wheels because, well, aftermarket wheels in winter and so on, I'm not 100% sure on it. And the next video on this car probably will be lowering it, so that will be definitely an interesting one. I have lowering springs, but I'm not sure yet when that video will come, probably not the next video, but I hope sometime soon. So please subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. That will wrap up this video. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.